in research, in engineering, in manufacturing skill. At General Electric, progress is our most important product.
This is a farewell party for Johnny Pulaski to wish him luck. The promise of success does different things to different people. Fame and fortune are not easily come by. And sometimes there are moments of decision when a man must choose between success and his own integrity. Now, Johnny Pulaski is a cabinet maker and a good one, but he has one other talent. He can sing.
Hey, good night. Thanks for coming. I'll do my best. Good night.
Wonderful. To Johnny, who will soon be the biggest Pulaski of them all. Hey, Papa?
Good luck, Johnny.
Drink. Good night.
Good luck, Johnny. We'll listen to you on the radio every night.
I hope so. Don't forget, the big boss hasn't heard me yet.
They wouldn't tell you to come back if they wouldn't want you.
You come visit Johnny. Big shot singer or no.
This will always be my home, and I'll always be Johnny Pulaski.
Johnny, we are going to miss you in the shop.
Coming, Catherine.
I'll stay and clean up, Mama.
Good night, Johnny.
It's not necessary.
Good night.
Thanks, man.
Good luck, Johnny.
I know you'll make us proud of you. Good
Thank
night.
you.
It's a nice party, huh? I bet this cost the boys in the shop a pretty penny, huh? This is real nice, eh, John?
I get plenty of use out of it.
Well, that's why they bought it. They want to make it sure that you're going to pay us plenty of visits.
Sure, Papa. You come to New York to visit me.
New York. Oh.
Papa, you know that cabinet I was working on?
Yeah.
I think I'll take it with me.
No, you're going to sing on the radio and make records. What do you want to fool around with a cabinet?
I want to.
You really... Well, if you really want to, you need a good knife. Ah, that's foolish. Oh, I think I had one glass of wine too many.
You want to lay down, Papa?
No.
No, go right ahead. I'll call you in plenty of time for the train.
I close my eyes for a minute, but in case I fall asleep, wake me up a half an hour before. Johnny, I'm going to miss you too much. But I'll be proud to say that I am Johnny Pulaski's father. And then see the name right up there in the 9 lights. I'll be very proud of you. Very proud. It sounds good.
It'll be the best audition record they ever heard, Papa.
He wants to take this along. Foolish?
No, Papa.
But when I woke, my heart was sad, but then I realized that paradise for me was still a dream.
Hi.
Hi.
Happy? You're going away to a new world, Johnny. We want you to be happy.
I'm happy. It's just, well, you know, I'm glad you came out, Catherine. I wanted to talk to you all night. There's so darn many things I wanted to say. I know I should have said them long ago. But when you grow up with someone the way we did, it makes it that much more difficult. You understand?
I love you, Johnny.
You do? I love you too, Catherine.
It's all right, Johnny. You don't have to.
But I do, no kidding. And I'd marry you tonight, I would.
I wouldn't want you to.
You wouldn't?
Not out of being scared. Not out of just needing something from home. Someone to turn to when the going gets a little difficult.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But there is. There's everything wrong with it. Because when you stick this out, if you do, you're going to be a famous man.
That won't change me. I'll always be Johnny Pulaski.
If you are, and if you still want me, I'll be here. I'll be waiting for you, Johnny. No, Johnny. Not now. Please, not now.
Now, look, the band gets here at 3. Well, we'll cut it then. Right.
Norris Music. I'm sorry, Mr. Norris is in a meeting. May I take a message? Can I help you?
I'm Johnny Pulaski. I auditioned here a couple of weeks ago. I have an appointment with Mr. Norris to sing for him.
Oh, you can go right in, Mr. Pulaski.
Thank you.
It's the first door to your left.
Thank you.
I'm Mrs. Stone. I'm in charge of new talent. Have you brought your audition record, Mr.
Pulaski. Yes, ma'am, it's right here.
Fine. Let's hear what it sounds like, Mr. Pulaski. This is Mr. Whitmore. He's in charge of programming. Oh, no, you're kidding. She really wore that.
Help me.
You can turn that off now.
Paradise.
You can turn that off now.
Only God could tell you what.
I wish you'd come back to your office, Mr. Norris. I'd like you to listen to this. Have you ever studied music, Mr. Pulaski?
Yes, ma'am, a little.
Where?
Mrs. Palmer's School of Music. It's in Syracuse.
Oh, I'd like you to listen to this, Mr. Norris.
Last night I dreamed I walked along the paths of paradise, and only God could tell you what I've seen.
What else have you got?
Sir?
But when I woke, my heart was sad.
Send Bernie in here. I want a dozen lead sheets. He can pick them out.
That paradise for me was still a dream. Moonlight in Vermont.
Don't you know this one either?
Yes, sir?
It's been on the hit parade 14 weeks. What's the matter? Don't you like the song?
It's fine, sir, but...
But it's not your style. All right, try it again.
Moonlight in Vermont.
Hold it. Don't you read music?
Yes, sir.
Then how can you make so many mistakes? Does the gizmo bother you? Can you work without it?
Well, it helps me quite a lot, sir, but if you...
I've got a luncheon appointment. Have him back this afternoon. Let him work on Moonlight in Vermont and Why Tell a Lie.
Right.
Well, is everything all right? I was told at the audition 2 weeks ago I'd be spotted on a radio show.
Don't worry about it. Just leave it to Mr. Norris. How's for lunch?
Sure.
Come on, let's go.
Moonlight in Vermont.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were still here. I was going to turn off the lights.
Mr. Norris told me to wait.
He won't be back for quite a while.
Well, I'll wait if it's all right. But you can turn off the lights if you're supposed to.
Oh, that's all right. Can I have a sandwich or something sent up for you?
Last night I dreamed I walked along the paths of paradise. Last night I dreamed I walked along the paths of paradise, and only God could tell you what I've seen. But when I woke, my heart was sad, for then I realized that paradise for me was still a dream. But now I know that I'm the one who journeys there to rest, and every man must find his way alone. But if a man can prove he's tried to do his very best, the light of life will lead the stranger home. So when temptation blinds my eyes, Lord, I need to know. Send down the winds to bid me come and tell me I must go. So when at last these days of life are numbered few for me, when fear and pain is shielded from my eyes, I'll bow my head and say a prayer wherever I may be, to walk again the paths of paradise.
That was Act One of Big Shot, starring Johnny Ray with Nancy Gates. Now for a story with a twist, our progress reporter, Don Herbert, visits another company, not General Electric, but one in which General Electric is very interested.
Good evening. This is Mr. Charles Muir of General Electric.
Good evening.
Mr. Muir and I have an appointment with the president of the Racco Company.
It's the time to go in, Don.
Well, why don't you come along? I think you'll find it interesting.
Mr. Herbert, this is the president of Racco Company, Miss Patricia Gimet.
Hello, Mr. Herbert.
How do you do? Aren't you a little young to be president of a company?
Not in junior achievement. We're all between 15 and 21 years of age.
That's right, Don. We have 6 junior achievement companies in Schenectady, and Racco is one of them. It's sponsored by the General Electric Foremen's Association.
And you're executive director of the Junior Achievement Program in this area, right? Well, then you can tell us just what it is.
Well, Junior Achievement is a nationwide program that gives our teenagers a better understanding of the American business system.
We actually set up our own company and sell the products we make.
Well, what does Racco make?
Well, we make magazine racks. Like this.
Say, it's a beauty. Just how does a JA company operate?
Well, like any other company, except in miniature. For example, there's Racco's treasurer right over there. Just like the treasurer in a large corporation, she's in charge of all financial matters.
I suppose the money comes from sales, but how do they get started?
By selling shares of stock. Like this.
These are bought by the public and by the achievers themselves at 50 cents a share. And the achievers themselves act as their own board of directors.
Well, how about production?
You ought to see it.
Come on, Don, let's go take a look.
All right. This is production.
That's right. All the work, from ordering the raw materials to selling the finished product, is done by the members of the company. Incidentally, they all get a salary, too.
I see they're all wearing safety glasses. Who are those two gentlemen?
Oh, those are the 2 production advisors. And we have a few other men here, too. Over there, the business advisor is giving a few pointers to the treasurer. And there, the sales advisor is in a huddle with Racco's sales manager. The advisors come from the same group that sponsors the company.
Well, then all the advisors for Racco come from the GE Foremen's Association here in Schenectady. What about other cities?
Well, General Electric employee groups sponsor 68 junior achievement companies in 34 communities across the country.
And I know General Electric actively supports this volunteer work of its men and women. And it's no surprise. General Electric as a company and its men and women as individuals have always been interested in building a better America with and for our young people. For today's youth will bring tomorrow's progress. And at General Electric, progress is our most important product.
This is Junior Achievement Week, and General Electric takes this opportunity to extend best wishes to the many junior achievers all over the country. Now, Act 2 of Big Shot, starring Johnny Ray with Nancy Gates.
Reception? No, I haven't seen him. Yes, Mr. Norris. Yes, Mr. Norris. Oh, Mr. Pulaski, you're late. Mr. Norris has been waiting.
Oh, golly, I hope he's not sore. I have to take a bus.
You better get in there.
I tell a lie the way I feel about you. If I find out you lied to me, I'd die.
I think she has possibilities. Have Paul plug her on the afternoon show. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you yesterday afternoon, Johnny. Did you sleep well? Call Mitch and see if he has a real tearjerker that we can exploit. Okay. Well, Johnny, we're starting you a week from today on the Paul Brock Show. You'll work with Bernie Moore, piano, bass, guitar, and drums. And we're cutting one of these 2 sides. I haven't decided which one yet. This one could do it for you. Do you remember what Bell Bell did for Guy Mitchell?
Yes, sir.
Now, I want you crew cut. You don't happen to be a college man, do you?
No, sir.
You know, I think he'll sell Juvenile. Even with the gizmo, he's got that sort of open face appeal.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, why, you follow me, Johnny?
I think so, sir.
Is something bothering you, Johnny?
Well, sir, this type of song.
Oh, you don't feel these are right for you?
I think I can handle them all right, sir. But my natural style is...
Your natural style? You mean the prize-fighting bit is for real? The arm waving?
Yes, sir, that's the way I feel it.
Son, cutting a record with an unknown singer is an investment of sweat, blood, and money. It's a long shot that 99 times out of 100 doesn't pay off. Don't you think that we have every right to protect our investment as best we can?
I guess so, sir.
Well, then ride along with me on this. I've had a little experience in this racket. Now, maybe you do feel every word you sing, but I don't read you that way. I just don't see you deep and tortured. Why, to me, you're a kid with a pleasant grin. You're the kid next door. Football games on Saturday afternoon and the big dance at night. Nice, easy swinging love songs with simple rhythm. To me, you're Moonlight in Vermont. And why tell a lie? What do you say, Johnny?
I'll do my best, sir.
Good. Now listen to this and give me a yell when something hits you. Paul Powers. Bill Baker. Johnny Harvard. Russ Rogers.
Johnny Harvard.
Yeah, well, does something sound phony to you, Johnny? If it does, say so.
It might, a little.
I'd buy it.
Stone, Mr. Norris, I'd like to ask, what's wrong with my own name?
Pulaski? Well, it's got no sound appeal. What do you mean, what's wrong with Pulaski? It's obvious.
It's a good name, sir. It's my name. It's been in the family for over 200 years, I guess. I think it'd break my father's heart if I had to change it.
I haven't anything against your name personally, Johnny. I'm just thinking of your career.
So am I. You think I'll make a better impression singing rhythm songs with my hands in my pockets? Try to go along with that. I'll even shave my head to the bone if that's what you want. But I'd like to keep my name, sir. It's important to me.
Look, you pick a name, Johnny, and we'll talk about it.
I can't do that, sir. I've got a name. There's nothing wrong with Pulaski. My great-grandfather was a Pulaski. He was the finest cabinet maker in all of Warsaw. My great-uncle was a professor at the university. And my own father is one of the
Okay, son, relax. We'll talk about it.
I won't change my mind, sir. Not about this.
You're making a big mistake, Johnny.
You certainly are.
Mrs. Stone, tell the girl in the audition room I'll be right in. Tell her I'm sorry I made her wait. Think it over, Johnny. Think it over for a day or so.
Now stepping into the Paul Brock spotlight, a new voice, a new personality. For the first time on this or any other network, little Johnny Harvard.
Don't you think it would help to talk about it, Johnny?
I guess there's nothing to talk about. I guess I just didn't have it, or the name wouldn't have meant anything.
They thought you were good enough to bring you to New York for an audition.
Okay, fine, but they didn't think I was good enough to make it as Johnny Harvard.
Does that make them right, Johnny? Look, you said it was all set. All you had to do was pick a name. Well, if they thought you were that good, they still must think you have talent no matter what you call yourself.
Okay, and why did they let me go?
Maybe they're waiting for you to change your mind.
Johnny, they just delivered it. It's from New York.
Don't be foolish. Come back. We'll talk. Norris.
What does that mean?
It means he thinks Johnny's good.
But he's still trying to make me change my name.
That's not the point. He thinks you're good. He wants you. Don't you understand that?
Maybe it's better, John. Maybe it's better you should change the name.
No, Papa.
Look, it's nice to have the name, but...
No, Papa. Catherine's right. He wants me back. But if he wants me back, then so will somebody else. My name won't make any difference.
So you go back to New York, and whatever you do, I'll be proud of you.
I'll go back. And this time I'll stick it out. But only as Johnny Pulaski. This is all your fault. You made me what I am. And I like my name.
You're going to be a great singer. A famous artist. Everybody will know the name of Johnny Pulaski. My son. Sure, excuse me if I go to bed now.
You excuse you, Papa.
Good night, Papa.
Well, I hope you enjoyed Johnny Ray, Nancy Gates, and all these other fine people in Big Shot. Next Sunday, the General Electric Theater will star George Montgomery in his first dramatic TV appearance in The Return of Gentleman Jim. It's a romantic story of Gentleman Jim Corbett and his greatest prize fight. And with George will appear a very special guest star, Joe Louis. Until next Sunday, then, at this very same time, good night for General Electric.
In the home, on the farm, in the factory, on land, on sea, in the air. At General Electric, progress is our most important product.
Last night I dreamed I walked along the paths of paradise, and only God could tell you what I've seen.